It's time for Dullian TV. Sit back and relax. You're watching Dullian TV.
Dullian TV is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
What's up, Digiverse? It's Dullian here, and today I'm with my great friend JJ.
What's up, guys?
Who's gonna go over a freaking amazing deck profile. I just had to get it. So, JJ,
Yep.
what are you playing, man?
All right, so for all you viewers out there, I know you guys have heard about it. I know you guys have seen it, but I'm playing one of my favorite cards.
Hey!
Ancientgarurumon, how to get played, to give you guys the spotlight for the deck.
That's awesome, man. So, for those of you new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell. And most importantly, Digiverse, JJ, what do they need to do to the like button?
They gotta hit. Well, for one, they gotta smash that like button, and then you gotta subscribe to the damn channel for damn sure.
Yep.
And then you gotta give everyone else a shout out that you know, and make sure they hit the like button as well.
That's
the more
it.
people we get, the better things get for us. And plus, I get half a cut, so we're good.
So make sure to listen to JJ and be sure to delete that like button. JJ, without any more wasted time, let's check out this amazing deck profile.
Let's get to it, guys. Alrighty, boys. So first off, we're going to be starting with the babies. You definitely got to get your play set of Upamons.
Nice.
I know Upamon's not starting to see as much favor anymore in the Digimon community, but it's still, for all intents and purposes, it's still our best Digi to go with, honestly. Especially in this deck, you are going to be attacking a lot, and from what I've seen and dealt with here at our locals, people do have to tend to hard play a lot of their stuff without anything or anything, so you do get a free draw, which is very important in this deck. And then for the last baby, I'm playing one Demi Vmon. It's not the best card to play, but we do have quite a few cards in this deck with jamming. So free draw for having a specific key turn. Why not?
Okay.
Moving on to our rookies. We are going at you with the classic, a full play set of Elecmon. Main reason this card's in here because it's just a 2-drop rookie. It's very efficient to play. And worst case scenario, you're going to be choking out your opponent all the time. So you want to be playing it at 2. And then you've got your boy, my favorite rookie. When I was growing up, you got yourself a I got playing two of the classic Gabumon. On play, you draw a card. Even though he's not, I would normally play him at 4, but in this deck, 2 is just fine. Mostly because you have another card that filters out the cards you need for your deck later. But having that extra draw power, it comes in handy.
Nice. And you got the nice artwork too.
Exactly. You're going to see something in this deck that I've been trying to work on. Okay, and then we've got your best blue. You've got yourself your best blue rookie, and that's going to be your 3 of a Vmon. Only reason I'm playing 3 of him is because I tried out the 4th, didn't care for it too much, and I'd rather have another copy for something else later on the line. As you can see, I'll give you the full rookie count right now whenever we get done with this. But 3 Vmon, just because it's straight off the bat you're going aggressive, it's got jamming, it's going to survive a lot of stuff. Only downside is when it's tapped, it's going to get hit like pretty hard. But it's going to be just one target on its back. And then we got something new from BT4. It's going to be something that helps you filter out your deck, and you'll see what I mean right now. We're playing 4 copies of Strawbymon.
Hey, he's been seeing a lot of play out of this new set.
True. For Strawbymon's ability, if you haven't seen it yet, is whenever he comes into play, you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and can add one hybrid and or a blue tamer card from the cards revealed to your hand. So you potentially draw 2 cards for the price of 1. And then...
So you're either playing Davis or Matt, but we're going to find out.
Exactly. Alright, now As you can, you guys can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm playing 13 rookies in this deck.
Okay.
13 I found is just the latest little sweet spot that helps out a lot. Normally I play 14, but this time around 13 is just pretty good. Alright, now we're moving on to the champions. You're going to see something kind of fun in this deck. Everything else in this deck is pretty much a beast or wolf looking Digimon, but for this card it's kind of funny because I'm playing 2 fish. Oh. 2 Tobyumon.
Is that for choking purposes?
Choking purposes, and then plus it's a 3-drop 1 to Digivolve. And plus it's not like black where your 3-drop is a poop. It's you get the fish with claws.
Just an easy climb, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Only reason why he's a 2 of in the deck, I didn't see a reason to play more of. If anything, you can also play Garurumon, just so it doesn't die as much, but I found this is a little bit better. Just because if you do find yourself in that choking situation where you want to keep it going. Then I'm playing 3 of the Big Bear. You got 3 copies of Grizzlymon. It's your only blocker they have, so that's a no-brainer.
You gotta play it, yeah.
Main reason I'm playing 3 is because this is a more super aggressive deck. So it's not, if I was playing a little bit slower, I'd probably put 4, but for being as aggressive as it is, playing 3 is definitely necessary. Do not go any less than 3 because you're going to regret it. And then for all you boys and girls out there, I got 4 copies of the special edition Lobomon.
Nice, straight from the deck.
Yep.
Power up pack.
Yep, from the power up pack, Lobo. So if you guys don't know what he does on Digivolute, so you Digivolve him for 2, and he's got the special ability of on Digivolution, if you pay 1 more into him, you can Digivolve into an Ancientgarurumon from your hand for free. Though given the Ancientgarurumon will be deleted at the end of the turn. But that doesn't matter because, well, I'll explain his ability later on. And then plus, if you don't want to activate that on Digivolution ability, he does reduce the cost of going to Ancientgarurumon by 2 whenever he's in the stack. So that just gives you more added value.
Nice. So you're happy with him at 4?
Yeah. You definitely,
I think with the deck you're playing, obviously you want him at 4 as well.
With this deck, you definitely want to see him at 4. That's a given. You want him to be live almost all the time. And then, for all your viewing pleasure, I got 3 copies of the regular Lobomon. Even though and yes, I am playing AAs. It's my favorite deck, so it has to be, everything has to be followed out pretty much. Him is pretty much just your basic. You Digivolve over your Tamer, and he's on the board for 2. And plus, him being a 5K Digi is not too bad actually. And then you just Digivolve it for 2. It's pretty cheap in the cost, so it's good.
Like it.
And then for 1 tag card that I don't really see too many people playing, I am playing 1 copy of Garurumon.
Oh, interesting.
So he does come in handy, and it's kind of funny whenever he gets filled because your opponent doesn't expect it. But his ability, whenever he attacks, you bounce back a rookie on your opponent's board back to their hand. So say they're setting up to attack with the rookie, you swing in at one of their tap rookies, you bounce the 1 rookie that's not tapped, and you kill, so you pretty much take your 2 cards for free. And pretty much, if they have to hard drop that rookie, you're going to keep bouncing that rookie back to their hand no matter what. And so you keep punishing them for trying to play rookies. So it's kind of a funny ability. He's out of 1-up because I couldn't find a reason to play him more than just 1. I found that 1's just the sweet spot. Because you don't want to see him too often, but he does come in that niche situation where he's really handy. And plus he does have the same ability as your Lobomon, where you can Digivolve him over a Tamer.
Nice.
The only downside is that he's 3, but he is a 6K beater, so which is something that is kind of handy.
Cool.
All right, now we're moving on to the ultimates. So for I think everyone's favorite Digimon that we all have in blue, I'm pretty sure it's your main girl, Bastamon. The main reason I'm playing her over whatchamacallit, over Monze. Yeah. It might be the art, you never know, but yeah, we definitely like the art. But main reason for her is because since she's 8K, she won't outright die to yellow War Greymon on the swing. It requires at least 2 swings for her to be dealt with. And then the Digivolve cost for 2 is pretty good. So another cheap evolution. And then this is still a card that I'm actually thinking of taking out, but it does have its place in the deck. It does come in handy every once in a while. And it's 2 copies of Arroyo Grande.
Interesting.
Since you are mostly going to have a tamer on the board all the time. His when Digivolving effect is always going to be live. So if you guys didn't know what he does, when you Digivolve into him, you are able to unsuspend one of your suspended Digimon. So pretty much say you're done attacking with your Ancientgarurumon, he's already used up his ability. You Digivolve into something, you Digivolve into over one of your other champions, like your Tobiomon. Digivolve over him, then you restand the Ancientgaru, and you can attack with that Ancientgaru again if you feel like it. So you're able to get 3 consecutive attacks, if not more, off just him. And then plus, whenever your Digimon, and his inheritable is, when one of your Digimon is unsuspended and he's underneath it, that Digimon gains jamming for the turn.
Oh, nice.
So swing with the Ancientgaru ability, restand himself. He's got him underneath
Primarily
it.
for the jamming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it comes in handy for that,
I mean,
just to make sure.
Too, but the jamming is nice.
Exactly. And jamming is one of the key things because you want your guy to survive a lot more. At least till the end of the turn when he self-destructs, which is kind of funny. And then finally, I'm playing 4 copies of Beowulfmon. This is just a given. He is by far our best ultimate for blue. Mostly because he himself has jamming, and inheritably he has jamming. And then, if he's got a Digimon with hybrid or a tamer underneath him, when he's tapped, your opponent can't attack into him. So he has a way of defending himself while he's on board.
Nice.
So and that actually does come in handy a lot because a lot of the time your opponent's going to want to try and kill over it. But if you play your cards right, literally, he's going to be getting free swings off him. He's not going to die. Unless you get Nidhogg, and then you just cry a little bit on the inside. But that's pretty much any situation with Nidhogg. Now we're moving on to our Megas. So, this is just an extra little spicy card I like playing. And I feel bad that I don't have another AA of this card. But I'm playing 2 copies of Digigurumon. Main reason why I'm playing Digigurumon is because his on-Digivolve effect is another version of Kokai's Breath, pretty much. Even though it doesn't hit a Mega, it does hit level 5 and below. So a lot of time whenever your opponent's trying to build up into their Mega, you're able to stall them out and keep forcing them to replay it again and again. And all you gotta do is Digivolve into him, Digiverse 2, and you bounce something back. And that, it's really good, and plus it normally does cinch out the game a lot. For me, this has won me more games than I would like to admit, just because it's a funny effect, and people usually tend to bank on one certain power card.
It's kind of stuff you think of. Yeah, for 2 Digiverse, it's nice. I like that.
Exactly. Though, that 4 cost of Digivolve may deter some people, but in this deck, with the amount of aggression you're going with, you really don't care. If 4 is too much, you definitely don't want to be playing this deck. And then, now, we're playing 3 copies of your boy. Our all-time favorite, our Ancientgarurumon.
Nice.
I would play 4, but 3 I find is just the perfect amount. 4 can get a little bricky. 3, you see it when you need it. You don't have too many in your hand to clutter. And then plus, it's just funny whenever you're able to chain 2 of them off. At one point, I had 3 on board. My opponent just scooped because they didn't want to deal with it. And that was just some freaking lucky thing that they ended up giving me 10 memory. And I was able to, I had 3 rookies on board, Digivolve into 2. Oh my guys. Anyway, so, Ancientgarurumon is a pretty funny card. Ignore this 5 cost because you're seldom going to be Digivolving for 5. If you do, it's alright. It just means that your opponent's going to have to deal with it later. A lot of the time when I was playing this card in the tournament, my opponent would put me to 3. I had just enough to climb up into the board and then put them at either 2 or 3 and then have him in my raising area. And then they're usually forced to look it down turn 1, which is kind of funny.
Oh, man.
And they're just looking at you and they're like, oh no. But anyway, so the reason why he's so good is that whenever he attacks, this is the key part. He's able to restand either 2 hybrids and or cards with Garurumon in their name. So you swing with him, you have another hybrid out, you restand the hybrid and you restand himself since he has Garurumon in his own name. And if you have a Z Garurumon, since it's got Garurumon in its name, you restand the Z as well. And then the other little funny thing about him is whenever he's deleted, you're able to play a replacement level 4 or lower hybrid card from your hand for free. So a lot of the time, if he's dead, whenever he dies, you're going to be playing, all the time you're going to be playing Strabimon or a whole lot of spells, another one of the reduction cost Lobomons, which is fine by you because you want that to happen because you want to keep pressure on the board.
Nice.
Now, one thing I like doing in the tournament that kind of scared people, which is kind of funny, you're able to get 6 attacks off in one turn if you do certain things the right way. If you have 2 Ancientgarurumons on board, you attack with the first one. You don't use his ability because it's a you may ability. You swing with the second one. The second one on the swing, you activate that one's ability to restand both of them. And then after that one's done swinging, you attack with the same one. His ability is spent. That's why you're attacking with him again. Then the first one that you attacked with at the start of the chain, you attack with that one, and now you can activate his ability to restand them again. So in essence, you're getting 6 attacks in one go. A lot of the time, your opponent does not have anything to answer it with. They're going to get hit with it. When they see it, they're just going to be. They don't know how to deal with it. You just ask my opponents. I felt bad. I played against one of my buddies. He never saw it happen. It came out of him at left field. He gave me enough memory to do it. He regretted it. And then when we went to game 2, he tried really hard not to give me any memory. But still, it just happens.
Nice. So is that all your megas?
Yep, that's all the megas. I'm playing 5 megas in this deck, which is still pretty decent. Now, for everything else, I'm playing the standard 4 copies of Hammer Spark. Ignore this one. We don't talk about why this one isn't the alternate yet, so just ignore it. 4 Hammer Spark. That's key in any blue deck, honestly. You want to be playing the 4. If you don't know what Hammer Spark does, I'm going to tell you right now. It's kind of like explaining pot of greed.
Yep.
So pretty much Hammer Spark, whenever you activate it in your hand, you get 1 memory back. Whenever it's in the security, you get 2 memory. So that usually ends a turn on your opponent if they're not expecting it. And then I'm playing one of the most controversial cards for blue. At least it was when I was building the deck, because people kept telling me it was bad. But this card has won me more games than people want to admit, and they hate seeing it every time it's in my security. And it's usually my security a lot. It has 3 copies of Cocytus Breath.
Nice.
And so Cocytus Breath, even though it's the 7 cost, the fact that it sets your opponent back a lot without deleting a Digimon is the key part.
Yeah, they don't get any triggers. Nothing triggers.
Nothing will trigger.
I fell victim multiple times.
Yeah. So this card is funny because it'll bounce back a Digimon. And a lot of the stuff that we see really wants your stuff to die a lot of the time. Play against purple, they want their stuff in the grave, they don't want it in their hand. You bounce it back, they're stuck with it. You're playing against black, you bounce back a blocker, they're forced to even play that blocker. And then we all know that black's cards are usually some of the most highest costing, and they just do not want to keep replaying their cards over and over again. And then it's funny whenever your opponent swings in, they try to OTK you, and then they see the card and they get bounced back. And it just makes them cry. Or if they Valdararm you, you attack into it, the Valdararm gets bounced back, and that's just the end of their turn. That gives you a chance to crack back at them next turn. And we're playing that at 3. And then we're playing 4 of blue's best hammer right now.
Davis or Matt?
4 copies of Davis.
Yeah.
Main reason why we're playing Davis is because it gives you another search option for the deck. And it's funny whenever you hit a Stravimon, whenever you go Stravimon, and you hit Davis, another piece, then you play Davis, and you get another piece that you're missing. So that's essentially it's 2 searches, 3 to 4 cards added to your hand in one go. If you're lucky, or if you're like me and not that lucky, then you kill like at least 2 for sure.
Nice, JJ. Well, I think you shared a lot with people about Guru they were not ready to hear. And if they did, good for them.
And like I say, guys, this deck is meant to be really aggressive and just off tempo. You don't really want to be holding back with this deck a lot. The whole point for the deck is to literally just slam down your wolves, go at them. I call it Wolf Rush 2.0 because my original deck was a Blue Garurumon Rush variant. That worked. It pissed people off just because it went swing and went wide. This one, even though it relies on one guy, you're going to be attacking with that guy a lot. And nice. All the decks that people are playing around cannot deal with more than just one attack coming at them. They're used to like little wide attacks, but like I said before, if you got 2 ancient gurus and you're chaining off the attacks, that's 6 attacks, and they have to have multiple blockers on board in order to survive it. If they don't, that's usually just the end of the game.
Well, JJ, I think you taught a lot of people a lot of things today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, man. If you guys enjoyed JJ's deck profile, be sure to delete that like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. JJ, thank you again, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. All right, good stuff, guys.
Peace.